He was our ace in the hole!
I think we're gonna enter some sort of matrix.
Oh, man. 20 years, baby. And, you know, shocking if you hadn't smoked as much weed and watched as much anime as I had. I will say it was nice to see some, like, Hollywood degree special effects done with, like, you know, martial arts films.
Yeah.
Because Hong Kong's tried a bit, but, like, they just couldn't summon the fucking money. You know, especially, like, back in the, you know, late 90s, early 2000s. You know, it just wasn't going to look good.
God, no.
I mean, the wire stuff's fun, but also it's wire stuff.
Yeah.
It's you, but old. Will there be any frontal Keanu nudity?
God damn it.
Alright.
So this is interesting. It's an experience. I wouldn't call it a demo.
Just him and, like, what he was wearing that morning.
Because this is all done in the Unreal Engine 5. Now the current thing we're watching is done at a frame rate of 24 to give it that cinematic, you know, look.
You can really see it from this distance.
And then the gameplay is capped at 30.
Okay.
So this is like new engine and stuff. Apparently this just looks incredible. Like I haven't tried it yet.
Like, some of it, quite good. Like, some of it legitimately really good. Like that, like again, it's weird, because from a distance it just looks worse. And you'd think it'd be the other way around. You know, like, because he just doesn't look like his, you know, like there, that, you know, you can see it in the eyes, but, you know, it's remarkably good. Like, your brain can pick up bits of it. But yeah, the second it's further away, dead fucking giveaway.
It's interesting.
I feel like they're spending a lot of fucking processor on, like, the bodies, or the faces, and not the bodies. Like, so I think it's something in the physiques, you know, the movement. Because they probably, like, really insanely mocap the faces. So this is are we watching an ad for the Unreal Engine? Is that what this is? Like...
No. So this is a game they are working on, as far as I know.
Okay.
I don't know if they are, actually.
Well, they fucking better be, because, like, you know...
I mean, why would they bother going to putting the gameplay sections in if they weren't working on it?
Oh, so there is actually gameplay?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Marketing? I thought we were supposed to have total creative control.
Welcome to the Matrix.
Welcome to the Gaytrix. Everyone's gay here.
Oh, that's just a line of code then, really. Like, fucking bash exclamation point homo. Whatever it is on fucking Linux. It'll all be on Linux. That'll be the great big joke on the rest of us.
The hell are you doing back there?
I'm masturbating.
I was told this is a sim preparing me to fight the system.
Right on.
Because, like, Into the Matrix, I played. And I actually legitimately enjoyed it. Like,
It was a fun game.
Yeah, like, it's definitely got some fucking, you know, archaic bits of the era and whatnot, but, like, all things considered, it was a solid fucking game, you know? The fights were fun, the shooting was fun.
Back then, considering licensed properties we got were of not good quality at all.
And then they did, like, Path of Neo, but I've never gotten around to playing Path of Neo, because it was like...
I heard it was okay, but it had a lot of, like, suffered from the same sort of bugs and shit. Made it... It was worse, apparently, than Into the Matrix, is what I remember.
Unfortunate. Because, like, yeah, like... It really is fucking built for, like... You know, a game. Like, if just in every possible fucking respect. Like, so is it... See, this is what I mean. Like, this... graphics, but it's like a sequel to Lucky and Wild, the fantastic driving light gun game.
Fuck yeah.
That was in arcades only. So are you actually aiming, or is it just like fucking, you know?
Just switch targeting.
Okay.
So I'm not like free aiming, see, I'm just...
I feel like, you know, you could probably have put free aim on. I don't know, maybe
I like when
maybe
you
Trinity
shoot at
will
the-
unlock it or some shit.
I like when you shoot at the agent and he's like, doo doo doo, and dodges. I always thought
Can
that
you
was
not
so cool.
shoot him when he's in it? Yeah, because I don't believe... I like that there's just a bunch of them, like they're having a party. This could have been a Zoom meeting.
Sorry, boys.
Social distancing.
Of course they have a helicopter.
Yeah, like they are the computer. They can probably do a lot of shit, you know?
If they wanted to make those missiles into giant dildos, they could.
One's just Doc Brown now. Marty, we gotta stop the Matrix! I do like, because it's something I've thought often about, like, you know, the ancient gods and how you could, like, trick them and shit. And, like, there's that whole thing of, you know, well, if they're supposed to be all fucking powerful, then how, you know, the thing is, like, it's that old thing of, like, you know, can God make a burrito so spicy you can't eat it? And, like, as far as the ancient gods, it was pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
If they were like this, if they said, like, 100% this will happen, and it was a trick, too bad. Because, like, they were bound by that, you know, contractual fucking obligation. And their power was so absolute that that was it. It just didn't get the argument.
Thought you'd never ask.
And so, like, when they had the thing in this of, like, the computer can only tamper so much. Because otherwise it'll, like, fuck up the whole goddamn thing. Because, you know, at a point of complexity where, like, you know, even the architect can't really tamper with it that much.
God damn, we got a prime casting and Hugo Weaving for this.
It's always fun when Weaving gets to sort of really chew the scenery a bit, you know?
Also, I like seeing Hugo Weaving doing like kung fu is amazing.
My favorite thing about that is, it's one of my favorite fighting styles in all of shit. It's like, guy who
Hold steady.
doesn't need a fighting style.
Yeah.
Like, because he doesn't need it. He's a fucking robot, who cares? Like, he just swings his fucking fists around. It's a bit like Q from fucking, you know, Third Strike. Whereas one of his special moves is just wallop several times.
Time to blow this pop.
You know, there's no artistry. There's no martial art. There's no technique. He doesn't need technique. He's a fucking machine. Here comes the floor Dalek.
The Matrix is real. The robots are rising.
I'm telling you, come on, light gun games. Because that was basically a light gun game. With less. I feel like it could have been like free aim, you know.
Yeah, but I think it's mainly all to do with the pacing of it.
I mean, yeah, but like there's still... You could just have it so you can actually like fail a bit more. I mean, I suppose they don't want you shooting like fucking, you know, commuters or whatever the shit.
Well, fuck them. They're probably robots anyway.
Well, I mean, they can be, can't they? Detective vision.
So yeah, this is like... It uses like AI for traffic and stuff, and it's like, yes, please, thank you. I want to get there. I want a GTA game where I eventually get to a point where I get in trouble for not driving to the road rules. Like if I go through a red light, I want a cop to like, if he sees me, to pull me over.
Well, weirdly, like, fucking, what is it? Mafia 2 was actually really good for that. Like, there was a lot of, like, little details, like, things like, fucking God almighty. That's when you half pull the fucking Nintendo 64 cartridge out. I mean, look, this is all nice and everything, but, you know.
I don't know how they're showing me the audio, but okay.
Yeah.
Digital human.
I can actually, like, walk around.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Mafia 2, like, you had to, like, fucking, you know, obey, like, standard speed limits and shit. And the thing is, the cops could pull you over, and, like, they had a thing where you could, like, pay the fine or try to, like, bribe them or some shit. Like, there was lots of stuff you could do, you know? And it, you know, kind of gave the game that fucking depth. Where, yeah, if you were doing something that, or, you know, had shit on you that you didn't want to get fucking, you know, in trouble for, you had to, like, stick to the fucking road rules.
Hello?
Okay, alright, there's no button. Just cross Aaron, it's the Matrix.
I'm running.
There is no traffic, it's just a bunch of cubes.
You will not slow me down.
They're all cubes. Punch, damn it. Don't look at me like that, lady.
The reflections on the car are particularly... on the cars are fucking amazing.
I mean, yeah, it's all lovely. I just, you know...
I don't know, I don't think we've had any Unreal 5 stuff yet, have we? This is like the first...
I can't remember. I see like I remember vaguely an ad for it or some shit when I think the PlayStation 5 was coming out, like there was like a Tomb Raider thing or something.
Yeah. But I mean like... games, like I don't think there's been actual releases yet.
Yeah. Like is there, like are we supposed to be going somewhere? Is there like a, oh, there we go, look at that.
Miles
change
per
the
hour.
view.
This is lunacy.
It's monkeys per honor system.
There's no view.
Oh, I'm hungry.
Like, it's gonna be insane when an actual, like, full game comes out like this.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's, like...
This is
don't
a
get me
big
wrong,
step
part
up.
of I'm thinking that, too. I'm sitting there going, wow, this will be amazing. And it's like, all right, but, like, you know, we've been through this before. You know, don't get too stiff on the tech demo. Don't fill yourself up on bread, you know?
True.
But my restaurant might have amazing bread, and then they come out and their spaghetti's shit.
Aw, damn
Yeah,
Matrix
like,
people.
alright, like, fair enough, because it's the Matrix. Or fucking the Unreal Matrix. Can we crash into cars? Oh, look at that. And dented it and everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's fucking more than the remake of San Andreas has.
Alright, so that's real. Alright, so that's real. Look, you guys have got to tell me, like, because, you know, people aren't real, alright. I did, you know, but I'm going to be running around here thinking everything's made of biscuit if you don't tell me, right? Like, that's... I could get some... Look, let's get some speed. Yeah, you know... If I wanted to watch you nudge stationary vehicles, you know, we could just fucking take your car out. All right, now, fucking, yeah, head on. Wait, get back here, you. All right, well...
That's not...
That was, I mean, you know, that was... All right, so we haven't got full crashy, smashy on, but I mean, that's like, that's good,
pretty good.
You know?
Like, is there...
I mean, oh, there's a map! All right, so there is shit to do. Okay.
Oh, that's cool. You can fuck around with, like...
Stuff.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, no.
My car. My cubes.
Oh, it's a matrix filter. Ah, that's why everything was greenish. Now we're not green. Can I take this guy's car? No?
Let me have your car.
Where did my car go?
It turned into cubes.
Ah.
I'm
God
sorry, Aaron.
damn
Your
it.
car has been changed into cubes. You can probably get a parked one, because I probably haven't programmed in wrench cunt out of car yet.
Yeah, you right.
Okay, what are the things on the map? Because those have to be activities. Or something, you know. Like let's fucking, you can put a waypoint thingy-majiggery or whatever the fuck. Okay, yeah, that's what we're doing. Uh-huh. R1. There we go. Where are we on that? All right, okay.
Bottom right we are. So we're gonna take 2 blocks and turn a left. Okay.
So there's like yellow and orange. I mean, have we seen anything yet?
No.
Like, I want to shoot more Smiths, you know? Because again, like, the Smiths could dodge bullets, but like, it wasn't like a full cheat. Like, they had to actually be able to dodge.
Yeah.
You know? Like, because she shot him in the side of the head, because there was no scooching out of the way of that one, like, fucking, you know? And I feel like if they're hurtling at you midair, it's like, you know, what are you gonna do? The most you can do is curl into a ball or moonsault, but you're still there, you know? It's not like you're fucking gliding out of the way. I suppose you could, like, I don't know, slap some fucking, like, give him some sugar glider wings or some shit. How do we Spider-Man this crap?
I'm just looking like in buildings and like, that to me is nuts, being able to see in buildings that you can't go in. Like that's...
Yeah, because it is, I mean, it's probably some kind of like fucking, you know, it's probably not really rendering, it's probably like just fucking chicanery, but like, you know what, credit where it's due, that it looks really good and it's shit I'm only ever going to be flying by.
Yeah.
With my webbing. All right, there's a green thing.
Ah, it's got a green thing.
Yeah. You know, fucking weird green light pillars mean something. Christ, it's not just a walking tour of the city, is it? That looks like a fucking, you know, a plaque. We're gonna learn about like when a fucking building was first had its brick laid or some shit.
X being exit vehicle's wrinkle in my brain.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Should be triangle. Like, keep it original, baby.
Yeah, let's not get creative. Okay.
Where did my friend go?
Okay, do we turn into a llama now?
Is that a Fortnite llama? That's a Fortnite llama.
I don't know what
it
that
is.
Okay.
Fair
you,
enough.
Mr. Llama.
No, the annoying thing is fly isn't me flying, it's like a drone. I want to fly. Like
Yeah.
Neo up in this bitch.
Oh, okay, right. I was thinking maybe you could like land and be where you put the fucking drone, but yeah.
Alright, so that's a llama. What else,
Okay.
what else we got?
Alright, so we found the llama. I feel like that's what this is all gonna be, but also there's nothing else. No one's telling us to do shit yet, so, you know.
Sorry.
Don't worry, it's the Matrix.
That's gonna be my excuse in real life if I crash into someone. You're not
dude,
real.
like-
You're the Matrix.
There were like self-help books that came out when this movie, you know, the original movies did that were like predicated on that premise. Like,
Really?
Oh yeah, yeah. Like it was fucking bad, man.
Oh man.
Okay. So this is what happens when you put all your points into graphics and literally zero into anything else. Check the map again. Because it doesn't, I mean, like, because, like, we have GPS here in real life. It's a fucking another plaque. It's all plaques. Wait, have we only gone to, because there's other colors of thing, isn't there?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to just be driving around looking at llamas.
Don't worry. This one has nothing.
Oh, that's great. Okay, I don't want to do that, but thank you. It'd be fun to just put that as a plaque out, just in Brisbane. I just
Feel
like,
free to play around with the sun settings.
Yeah, that would have been a good, like, fucking marketing thing, you know? Because really, I mean, most of marketing these days is just tormenting people and then tricking them into going and seeing your film. And I'm unbelievably good at that first thing. I mean, I will absolutely, you know, go off reservation and start fucking, you know, I'll stop caring about the fucking movie part of this. I mean, alright, that's fairly nuts. Considering, you know, I remember being impressed when those were just slightly high resolution 2D images.
Right. When they stopped looking like complete blurred shit.
I know, like that is legit. Like, again, just, you know, I got half a chub. Great. That's, you know, fantastic. We're there. You've, you know, got me sold on this business. And I mean, even if it's looking this real, like, you know, I could play a fucking Spider-Man like this.
Dude, like, so many games I would play like this. You, like, if GTA 3 was looking like this...
I wouldn't give a shit about, like, the fucking missions from, you know...
Exactly.
2000.
Exactly. You wouldn't care that, go here, punch someone, get back in car, go here.
Yeah. There's a question mark over the other side of the map. Oh, why is that? Oh, just because. No in-universe reason for it, is there? No.
Because, like, just... This is what I want to play one of those games in. I want it to look like this.
Alright,
shit.
wait, what?
I'll press the wrong
What did you
button.
do? Don't crash the city.
It's my city and I'll crash it if I want to. My frames.
There it is. She blows. Alright, what's that? Ah, this tree. Ugh. Fucking steady on there, Costello. Fucking you drone maniac.
Samo experimental night lighting mode. How do we get to night?
Well, it had like settings for the fucking. Oh, there we are. Sun rotation. Seems like a roundabout way of doing it.
I'll probably look up so I can actually see the sky.
I mean, I feel like once it gets... Oh, there we go. Away with you, sun. Alright.
I think that's just the position of the sun.
Yeah, I think it is too. Is there a nighttime? I swear it said something about nighttime. Okay. I don't know, maybe... I'm just imagining things. Ugh.
Oh, that's actually super cool. That you can
Oh yeah, look at that.
like look around and see what a game actually looks like under the hood.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Fuck, it's like that time I took that LSD and looked into that one of those books, you know, where you go
The
cross-eyed.
3DI ones, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of does look like a 3DI book. I see a penis.
You see those everywhere.
They are everywhere. They're very funny.
But Gabriel, there's dicks everywhere. It's just like They Live, but like aliens just put dicks everywhere. Only allowed to break the Prime Directive for bizarre galactic scale art installations.
So what city is this?
I don't think it's a city. I think
Oh.
it's like City McCity. Maybe New York? I don't know. No, because I think that'd be like something familiar.
Like a landmark.
Yeah.
There's no Empire State Building.
I don't know.
It's over at the water.
Probably gonna tell you you're not allowed to do that.
Probably.
Because it just looks like all the same city, like... No, sorry, water hasn't shown up yet. Nope. Alright.
Like, you know,
Don't look at me like
of
that.
everything, the water looks the worst. Considering
It really, yeah,
how
no,
everything
'cause
else looks good.
It looks like really excellent Dreamcast water.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, everything else looks amazing, and that's just like...
Oh, fuck, look, it's Ed Sheeran. Where you going, Ed? Going to sing a concert?
That's
Oh, he's real!
Pick a fight.
Oh, maybe I can just walk into people in the street when I'm in the car. Lame.
Yeah, you're not allowed to run people over.
That's bullshit.
They have, like, react to, yeah, you being a fucking weirdo, but they don't have get hit by a car in yet. What if you can get hit by a car? Can you, like, find
True.
a car and...
Let's have a...
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, you know, you're gonna have to sneak up on him, Aaron. You know, maybe get someone to fucking... Yeah. Damn it. Fuck you. Free me from this.
Wait. Police. Help me.
I got a head tattoo. I mean, is anything else gonna happen?
I don't think so. I think this is it.
I feel like they could at least have, like, some Smiths walking around, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, they had gun, like, in a...
Yeah,
in
where's my
earlier.
gun now? Why can't
Yeah,
I just
like,
shoot
I feel like we should have started with this.
and gone
then-
into it?
Yeah, and then, like, oh, look, some Smiths are coming, you better get into the car. And then you get the shootout. It's like, oh, that's a fun way to end it.
This is where the Animaniacs live.
Because, like, now it's just like, wow, that was a lot of fun. What's next? And it's just, like, sort of technical breakdowns of lighting engines.
Mm.
And as interesting as that is,
Yeah.
it's not quite having Smiths jump at me from other cars, which, you know, unless you,
fuck we
fuck
go
it at
out,
the
yeah.
ultraviolet level of the spectrum, is not as, you know, is going to be more interesting than discussions of the maths behind lighting engines. I mean, if it were being sensible, you
I've
just,
hit wall.
yeah. Well, I feel like you should be able to cross over there, but then it just circles around. You know, like it's just like that. Because they did it at the start of like Matrix, whatever the fuck 3.
Mm.
You know, he tries to leave the fucking train station and just comes in the other side.
You know, I didn't mind that movie. A lot of people hate it.
Well, I really like 2.
It was pretty good as well.
It's like people whine about like the explanation, and it's like, yeah, he's a fucking remainder.
The explanation.
Yeah, of
For-
like him being a fucking, you know, the problem with the Matrix is free will. So you need to leave these fucking variables, but the problem is the variables pile up and create this glitch, and he's the glitch.
Right.
And so they have to have this fucking basic venting system where he gets people out, and then they start like fucking the human city, and then they destroy the human city, and he like restarts that cycle over again.
Gotcha. So what, people didn't like that?
Yeah.
Fucking why? Like,
Well, I mean, the way the fucking architect explains it somewhat fucking, you know, verbose, but like, what do you fucking expect? He's like a Colonel Sanders that runs a computer dimension, you know?
you got some chicken?
I mean, as it stands, like, watching the first one, I hated when it was like, you know, again, like, nobody knew, you're just looking at trailers and shit. And, you know, looking at trailers and stuff back in, like, fucking 1999, where it's like, you know, that was it. Like, that was the sum total of the knowledge of what was going on. And, like, the fact that it was just like, oh, yeah, it's just batteries, I was like, that's kind of dumb.
Yeah, because, like...
Because they made a big deal about, oh, what is it? Like, that was the big fucking marketing element of it. I was just like, oh, so this is a virtual, that's, you know.
A battery farm is kind of like, eh. And then you watch the...
Because there are so many other better ways of doing it.
Yeah.
It's like, the humans have, like, geothermal energy. It's like, oh, right, okay, the machines do too. Like, they have those burrowing monsters, they could get that as well. Or they could just, you know, launch into space past where the fucking layer of goo, you know, the fucking cloud cover is.
The, Animatrix was interesting.
Oh, I loved a lot of the Animatrix.
I like just... The thing that really just sticks out for me as the non-believable is we nuked the sky. What? Just... They got energy from the sun, so we nuked the sky. Fucking what? Still, that makes no sense. Yeah, we made a thing of pollution and things so bad that the sun didn't go through. That would eventually go away, you realize that, right?
Yeah.
Like... Also, the machines could probably make something to pierce it.
Yeah, also we need that.
Yeah. Oh, so we lived underground. What? Yeah, so much of that part was the part that kind of got me. Because it's like, these machines are so technological advanced that they couldn't solve the problem of no sun.
I mean, again, once you've got, because you don't need, again, like, this whole fucking thing's pointless. Like, this whole rigmarole. I mean, if you're just doing it for fun, like, because the other thing that was really interesting in the second and third ones were, like, the idea of a lot of these fucking programs being also independent thinking, you know, beings within this structure. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Because, again, the program has to be so complicated that you can't just fiddle with it like a god. So there are these alternatives that spring up within it. Like the little girl who was like, I make sunrises. It's like, that's cool. That's really fucking interesting.
Spoon as well.
No, she was like the little girl. She was getting looked after by. I can't remember. No, it was
the
like
spoon bending kid was in the same room.
Possibly, yeah. But like, you know, that's really interesting. It's like, you know, and he's the architect, but is he like in full control of everything? You know, there's lots of stuff that could be very interesting about that, but it was like so focused on like the human characters that weren't all that fucking fascinating to begin with.
Is the movie that's coming out the like new Matrix one?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know anything about it.
It's the new Matrix one.
Is it a sequel?
Yeah.
Okay,
so it's not a reboot.
So
like,
yeah, all right. So it starts off after the last one, the third one.
Because, like, all you gotta do is get the energy to fucking catapult something up into fucking space. You could do it with a fucking power cable attached if you wanted to. But again, your machine life, you don't need it. You could just live on a fucking disk literally floating in space near the sun.
Yeah.
Perfectly fucking fine. Like, you don't need a biosphere. We need a biosphere. You know, we're bits that live inside a bigger fucking system. You can't just hurtle a person into space.
Fucking not with that attitude.
With like a solar cell attached.
Yeah, solar cell, some rockets.
Yeah.
Off you go.
You got a solar cell? What's your fucking... There's energy right there.
It's limitless energy.
Like, the machine's being bored or lonely, you know?
Yeah.
There's stuff you can do with that. It's like, yeah, what if God was just still around and also kind of a loser? It's just, you know, because that's what humans would be. It's just like, oh, look at you. You fucking... kind of embarrassing fucking species. It's like, well, yeah, you know. You're lucky. You got to just get fucking, like, built, you know.
It's interesting seeing, like, billboards in here.
Donk.
Like, adverts and shit.
No, you didn't have to... if your knees suck, you'd just be like, oh, let's go back to the drawing board and build new knees.
Oh, that'd be rad.
Yeah, we're just like, oh, fuck, knees. And that's it. That's the end of that conversation. Yeah. You know, my housemate's dad had some fucking thing where he's like, cruciate ligaments were just weak.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, what happened? Well, one of them fucking exploded one day, and then he just doesn't have one. And
That
it's like, yeah,
sucks.
so like he kind of wound up, you know, he's got like this fucking back pain because he had to walk weirdly. He doesn't even realize he's doing because
Yeah.
it's just because, oh yeah, the fucking thing that holds your patella in place. And none of it was fucking built for this.
Wasn't he in the latest Eternals movie? Isn't that his name?
What, cruciate ligament?
No, patella. Isn't that what's his face?
Kingo?
The buff Indian dude, forgot his name.
Yeah, Kingo. I mean, no, it's like...
Oh, his real name.
Oh. I can't remember. It's not Patella, though. It might be Patel, but like... It's another one of those weird situations where the two words just aren't really related.
Man, so many kids would not be able to read that.
Bunch of fucking wizardry anyway. I wonder if they're gonna do, because like there was the whole thing of like there being basically a second layer of Matrix. Which again is what you'd do if you'd done that whole fucking loop the first time. Just be like, well, let's just build the loop into the fucking story. And I mean, really, at a certain point, whether or not it's reality, it doesn't fucking matter, you know? Because if you're gonna start getting paranoid about there being another Matrix outside this Matrix, just stop. Because guess where that ends? Nowhere. You know?
That's nearly reminiscent of the days of old.
I mean, to be fair, it's like, yeah, you can just say it's frosted glass, though. You know?
The glasses reflect.
Looks like it.
That's cool. That was always mind-blowing back in the day. In any old fucking gun video game where you could like, you would walk around the sniper scope and you could see like the world through the sniper scope. That was like, holy shit, look at this! If I had my own Matrix, they'd become everywhere.
I mean, you know, we were talking about it earlier, but fuck, man, like, I remember sitting with my dad playing like fucking F-Zero on the SNES, and him being impressed by like Mode 7,
Dude.
which is now a barely unintelligible puddle of fucking stretched pixels.
I remember when we hired out a Nintendo 64 for my birthday and it just come out, and my uncle came over and him and dad were like watching Mario 64 and they were like, it looks like life. It's so real. It's like
Mario 6, like, going from like, because it's that, like, because this, to its credit, is a fairly impressive jump, but like, going from, you know, Super Nintendo,
yeah.
like, to Mario 64.
Dude,
was
Super Nintendo
bug
to
fuck nuts.
PlayStation 1 that had FMVs.
FMVs were, yeah. Because I had that with like fucking, because the PS1 FMVs, I mean, the Sega CD was the first at bat, really. It might have been the 3DO. No, I'm pretty sure it was the Sega CD, but like...
Fucking
you know,
who had a Sega CD though back
yeah,
then?
nobody, and it's, you know, even today, they're like a fucking 140 by something GIF, like, and they go for a few seconds, and that was such a big deal. You know, and then you know, having the Dreamcast was great, because like, that was when they had like, you know, they could do like reasonable definition you know, video.
Yeah.
Like, and not have it like look fucking like janky shit. I mean, granted, a lot of the fucking, you know, model-based cutscenes and computer-generated stuff was still, you know, weak, but you could just film some stuff and chuck it in there.
See if the bonnet comes off.
I've crashed my car 8 times. Why has it not exploded?
Oh, it's not working now.
Oh, sweet.
Like, I actually wrecked it.
Get out and have a look under the... Get your drone and have a peek under the hood with drone vision. Meow. Oop.
Holy shit. There's actual bits under there.
I mean, yeah, like, I want... Like, okay, I want the game of this now. Okay, you happy now? Like...
You bastard.
I know. It's just like, cause, you know, I don't think I've gotten genuinely excited for something. Really, since like probably the Nintendo 64. Because post that was the GameCube, and by that stage I was already pretty well like, all right, you know.
For me, I think one of the biggest things that I've ever got excited for, one of the last things would probably have been Halo 2. Because that was huge for a lot of reasons. Online multiplayer, which at a time just didn't exist, like in many games for Xbox and stuff. The fact that Halo 2 built the modern party systems that are in nearly every video game and system today is insane. Because back then you didn't have a party. It was just like, hey, do you want to play games with your friend? Okay, what server browser are you playing on? Oh, this IP, pop it in, does it have a password? Like, you couldn't just go, I want to play video game with random people. Just, it's not gonna happen.
I mean, like, you know, again, like, I'm trying to think of the first fucking thing I played online was probably like fucking Team Fortress 2. Like regularly at least, and at my house. Like I think, because I know a friend of mine had like ADSL, like in 2001, had like probably the first like ADSL, and you know, an OG Xbox with like fucking Halo and Halo 2 and whatnot. And so you'd sit there and you'd see this shit. You're like, yeah, this is online. It's like, oh, okay. And I'm like,
Because yeah, at the time, matchmaking systems didn't exist. Ranking systems didn't exist. Like, it pretty much set all of this shit that we use today and expect to be in every game as standard.
You'll go to a LAN and
yeah,
you'll connect your computer to another computer. And one guy there will have a really big hard drive full of all the porn.
It's fucking always, dude. Always. Every single LAN that I went to would be a file share for the first 20 hours and then play games for like 5.
Who's got stuff?
What game have you got? Counter-Strike. Which version? 1.6. Which one do you have? 1.4.
Shit.
Oh, fuck.
Fucking, there was a friend that, you know, like a friend of like mine, a close friend from like years and years ago. And he had, like, again, back in 01, like, you know, whatever the fucking top of it was ADSL 1, but like, I think around that time I was still using like, you know, 56.6K dial-up. So
yeah.
It may as well have been fucking lightning for that period. But
yeah.
like, he had like, because of that, I mean, he probably had a bit of a data hoarder, like fucking bit anymore ready that just found frightening expression through this. But like, I'll never forget being at his house and he had like the most insane,
fuck yeah,
the most insane fucking porn collection. Because like, I mean, for starters, he had a bunch of the Freaks of Nature stuff, and like, that can be hard to find some of that stuff these days. Even like, I mean, it's probably, you know, it's probably an issue of like, I don't go to the places that regularly talk about this stuff. But like, God, there was a guy in that, I'll never forget it, because he had like a regular sized dick, but like the world's biggest foreskin, and so the end result kind of just looked like this big caterpillar. Yeah, oh dude, it was fucked.
That's
like,
funny.
It was fucked. But like, he's telling us about the stuff that he's got, right? It's like, and like, I understand why, you know, you don't need to tell me why you downloaded like swap.avi.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you know, if you tell me that I downloaded this because it's freaky and gross and like, it's a big thing on the internet. It's like, no, yeah, 100%. I read that too. I remember that whole thing. Like, absolutely, you'd get that. I don't think you jack off to swap.avi. I don't know if anybody does really. But then it was like, oh yeah, I've got like this hard drive with like 200 gigabytes of anal porn.
Fuck.
And again, this is 2001.
That's a lot for 2001.
Yeah, so like, and you know, he's just cattle rattling this stuff. Oh, so you're into anal porn? And he just goes, no. It's like, huh. And the worst part is I believed him. You know, it's like, no, you aren't. You don't care, do you?
It's just collecting.
Yeah, it was just like, well, there's the anal porn solved.
If I ever am into it, I've got it covered, you know?
Yeah. You know, you never know, all right? Don't know which way the wind is gonna blow. Flip car. Building jump. You could have, like, they could have had, you know, jumping between buildings. Like, there could have been some stuff, you know? Like, all this is nice. And, like, I keep thinking about, like, web swinging. I mean, if anything, this game is an excellent fucking promo for Spider-Man No Way Home. That's all I've been thinking about for these past, like, 10 minutes. All right, so those are the two things. Just an Unreal Engine 5 ad. Like, don't... I know you, like, had the fucking, you know, little meta thing where you said words and stuff. I mean, if the Smiths were smart, they'd just stay in the fucking bodies that they inhabited as opposed to immediately looking like scary dudes, you know? You just... If a kid came running up to you and you're like, oh, look at that little kid, and then he just fucking moon karates you in the junk, like, that would be...
That would be surprising.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect
yeah,
that.
I wouldn't...
Instead
yeah.
of, now I'm Smith.
Yeah. If the kid epilepsies into a fucking, you know, FBI agent, I know to be on my fucking guard. I'm like, oh, I've got to be fucking careful of that kid.
I had nightmares about people doing that.
I mean, like, again, like, I feel like a series would do it some justice, because, like, yeah, the idea of, like, well, what happened? Well, like, fucking one of the police just infested, like, that's body horror.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, when you see it happen in the film a couple of times. Because, like, what happened to that dude?
Yeah,
You know,
where did he
just
go?
fucking, yeah, because, like, you know...
What happens to him in his pod?
Yeah, or, like, how do you edit the fucking game, the fucking Matrix, to know that without fucking everything up, you know?
I assume it just kills the person.
I suppose, yeah, you could just say he had a heart attack, you know. That's what all congenital heart attacks in reality are like, you know, the Matrix had to
God
borrow
damn.
him. Yeah, just had to borrow him for a second. Like, you know. That was why that guy shot John Lennon. Like, he'd briefly turned into a Smith.
Why did the Smiths want to break up the Beatles?
They were getting too powerful.
That's
The
fair.
Matrix foresaw a period where people would have downloaded and saved so much Beatles music that it was going to just, like, fill up a bunch of their storage.
Because we were watching, I was showing you some of the Beatles stuff from the Get Back documentary.
Yeah.
When they were playing on top of the rooftop, and I was just talking about how insane it would have been to just show up one day, look outside your window and go, is that the Beatles on a rooftop playing? I've never heard this music, because it was all new music. No one had ever heard it.
I didn't know that, yeah, because, like, you know, I don't not like the Beatles. Like, I like a bunch of the Beatles songs, but, like, I'm not... You know, the Beatles were so omnipresent, you never had to be a fan.
Yeah.
You know, you never, oh, I enjoy the Beatles. It's like, yeah, no, fucking pretty much everybody does. And the people who say they don't enjoy the fucking Beatles are really just being contrarians for attention. Like, you can say that they maybe aren't as amazing as all that, fine. But, like, to sit and go, like, you know, there are loads of fucking, you know, artists and shit that are, like, really poppy. And I couldn't even remember the names of some of these people. But I can fucking listen to the goddamn song, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna sit there and chuck a fucking hissy fit about it.
Because there was no phones, like mobile phones, no internet, nothing.
It was barely
Like,
phones.
Yeah. So you had to... that would have been mind-breaking.
Well, yeah, I was telling you, because there's just things that you can't... Because even if you did exactly that today and managed to keep it a secret, like with some band of comparable fucking fame, which, you know... I mean, most of the Rolling Stones are still alive.
I think, yeah.
I think one of them died. But, like, you know...
It's
just
just...
spoiled in seconds.
Exactly. You just be, oh, I like the Beatles. The Beatles
Yeah,
did
well,
this.
that, and yeah, like, the thing is, it's already been done, and, you know, these days it'd be, like, leaks and
Someone
fucking
take a
people
photo,
have-
put on Instagram.
Yeah,
or
there'd be
Snapchat.
something cross-referenced. Oh yeah, they're on this roof, and someone put an amp on a roof, and that would be it. That'd be fucking. Oh yeah, it's a dead giveaway. It's this kind of amp, that's owned by this fucking company.
It's a specialty amp.
Yeah, someone was seen like at the
George
fucking
amp users.
And it's like when fucking Scott Hall and Kevin Nash invaded WCW back in the day, and it's like that's a story you can basically do once, short of like some kind of societal collapse that makes us forget everything, you know.
You know, I want to live in that.
Back to 1991.
It's almost like that with the Mandela effect sometimes. Like, there's some things that just blow my mind that I think I know 100%. It's just in my mind a certain way.
I swear because it's like that thing of like people misremembering quotes. And it's something I've always wanted to do, of get all the misremembered ones and try and figure out like what the fucking commonality between those misrememberings is. Because there's probably some kind of interesting basis for generating a memorable quote out of that. Like how to pare down like a statement to like a few key functional elements that seem to be reflected in how we misremember these things.
It is very interesting, yeah. I agree. This has been The Matrix Awakens. It's Unreal 5 experience. You can download it on Xbox Series X and
Remember,
PlayStation 5.
This is all just a matrix. It's all meaningless. Give us all your money.
Keep It Classy is proudly sponsored completely by its fans. We thank you for your support.
It expanded somehow. I'll have you know